Today, Lucas gives us a look at what UK student government has done to combat mental well-being across campus.
And we take a look at a volunteer group in our Lexington community.
As well as we take a look at some local Lexington art. Wildcat News starts now. The University of Kentucky's student government is getting serious about mental health. Hello, I'm Molly Zimro. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm Julia Keener. Students at the University of Kentucky are now getting the mental health help they need. Reporter Nate Lucas joins us on the set with more on how the university is taking charge to help students.
Thanks, guys. UK students might not know about the University Health Services or even what the Rec Center's hours are, but now they have the pathways to use UK's resources to their fullest potential.
UK students logging on to Canvas for the first time this semester might notice an unfamiliar Wellbeing tab. This new addition is the work of UK's Student Government Association and the Office for Student Success. The tab provides students with easy access to UK resources, whether that be financial wellness or university health services. I sat down with the student body president, Lizzie Horning, to learn more about the Wellbeing tab.
So over the summer, we went to a student government conference. It was called SEC Exchange. So all of the SEC student governments were present there. And I believe it was Texas A&M that was talking about a similar tab that they were able to launch on Canvas, and theirs was meant to be a resource for mental health. And so we wanted to take that and expand that to every aspect of well-being for University of Kentucky students. I would say if there's any one area that a student is struggling with, I think that the tab is just a great landing page to figure out which direction to go.
Horning said that the process of creating the new Wellbeing tab was great, from the collaboration between the Office for Student Success to the IT professionals. Julia and Molly, back to you.
According to the Lexington Fayette County Health Department, there was a spike in drug overdoses earlier this month. The health department is fighting the spike with Narcan. Vendela Norris, more on the story.
According to the Lexington Fayette County Health Department, in the first 2 weeks of January, there was an abnormal spike of overdoses within Lexington. I'm here at the health department to learn more. I spoke with John Moses, the leader of the harm reduction services at the health department. He explained how they were notified of the spike.
So the alert that went out came from a system called ODMAP. It is a service that Kiprick from the University of Kentucky does. And when EMS go to an overdose, non-fatal, they enter information into this map. And so it shows us where and when these are occurring. And it's set up to give us an alert when there's an unusual spike or a large number of overdoses over a certain period of time. And so from January the 4th until January the 7th, we had 29 non-fatal overdoses in Fayette County.
With the rise of overdoses, the health department is trying to spread awareness of Narcan, a medication that can reverse an opioid overdose.
We really are trying to saturate the community with Narcan. That's the state's plan as well as our plan. We have a grant through the city that we have another 3 years on that provides us with $1 million worth of naloxone.
Due to their $1 million grant, the health department is able to give out free Narcan in a short class to educate and spread awareness about overdoses. For Wildcat News, I'm Vendela Norris.
In 2022, there was a 5% decrease of overdose deaths compared to 2021. The health department is currently welcoming anyone who is interested in getting training and free Narcan. Rainy weather and cold temperatures couldn't stop one group of senior citizens from helping their community.
This group calls themselves the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they want to make sure they continue to serve the Lexington community in various ways, including keeping our parks clean. There were only 3 DAR members on the park Saturday due to weather conditions. Although they couldn't be out on the trails like they usually are, they were still eager to help where it was needed. The park plans to renovate their visitor center, so the ladies took down wall decorations for prep for the fresh paint. Robin Fisher says she grew up in a family that was very civic-minded, but as she got older, she realized the impact volunteer work has on the community.
I just think it's a wonderful way to support your community and to be engaged with your community, and just have that opportunity to have an impact.
The ladies encourage everyone to help our community in any way they can and hope to see more people at the next Volunteer Day.
Here on UK's campus, we have some very talented students who we love to highlight. One of these talented students is Lydia Newton. Newton is a junior studying studio arts and art administration. She spends a lot of her free time working on different art projects in the School of Art and Visual Studies.
Arts administration, I'm actually studying the business of arts and culture programs, so a lot of that comes back to nonprofit organizations like museums and theaters, and just managing those companies. And with studio art, I get to study a lot of different artistic disciplines like sculpture and drawing and painting. The piece I'm probably most proud of this semester is my muffin piece. It was part of the photorealism project that I mentioned before, and so it is just a photorealistic painting of muffins, and I just feel like it was super successful, and I'm proud of all the work I put into it. I got involved with the arts at a really young age. Ever since I could really hold a pencil, I've always been creative with my hands, so I've always been doodling and drawing and painting. I grew up taking piano lessons and in competitive dance, so the arts have always really been a part of my life. So when it came to kind of deciding what to study in college, I always knew that that was kind of going to be my number one pick. That's really what I want to do with my life, and just really pursuing the arts.
To see more of Lydia's work, follow her Instagram at Lydia Newton Arts.
The airline industry is in its football era now that the Super Bowl matchup is set with the Kansas City Chiefs facing off against the San Francisco 49ers. United and American Airlines have added flights between Kansas City and its host city of Las Vegas. Many include a nod to Taylor Swift and her relationship with the Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. Both airlines added the flight numbers 1989, which is the name of a Swift album. United also added Flight 2287, a nod to Taylor Swift's song 22 and Kelce's jersey number of 87. Those who choose to fly American when returning to Kansas City from Vegas will be doing so on Flight 87. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes also has 3 flights in honor of his number 15 jersey, departing various times between the two cities.
Kennedy Whitby joins us now. She has sports next. Kennedy, what are you going to be talking about?
Fun story about UK team that a lot of students may not know. Here are some of the reactions as I asked students what they know about the sports team.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
It's been an exciting week in sports. Current and former Wildcats have been performing at the highest level. Here's the scoop. The final stage for Super Bowl 58 has been set. The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers will be facing off on February 11th. This past week, the Chiefs beat the Baltimore Ravens 17-10. If you watched the game, you may have seen a few familiar faces. That's because a few Wildcats will be headed to the Super Bowl. As a Wildcat safety, Mike Edwards totaled 318 tackles. This season, he has a total of 32 tackles with the Chiefs. Former Wildcat Kelvin Joseph and Darian Kennard are also on the team. The track and field team competed at the Razorback Invitational and did not disappoint. Freshman track and field thrower Kate Powers broke the freshman indoor throwing record once again with the throw measuring 20.02 meters. Powers broke this same record once before just 2 weeks ago, according to UK Athletics. Right down the road, the men's basketball team faced off against the Razorbacks, coming up with the win 67-63. The record breaking did not stop there. The gymnast team celebrated their 50th program anniversary last Friday. Over 10,000 fans attended the Excite Night home opener at Rupp Arena for the Wildcats. Senior gymnast Raina Workley and junior Mackenzie Wilson received their first 10-point routines, according to UK Athletics, leading the team to a 3-point win over the SEC Georgia team. The stunt team's season debut this Saturday at the Clive Beck Center and the National Stunt Championships will also be held in Lexington this season. We asked students across campus their thoughts on the big news.
And just watching them go, they are so fierce. And I know that they're like kind of look-y unstoppable. And so when I hear that we're going to be hosting it in Lexington, I'm like, they're about to show up and show out on our own turf. So let's go.
I think that the national championships in Lexington would draw a lot of the community together and to see what the stunt team is like. And I'm sure they do a phenomenal job at what they do. So.
And that's really cool to have all the best stunt teams from across the nation come to Lexington and compete right here in the Bluegrass. That's awesome. Hopefully we can take it home this year.
Well, that's your Wildcat Sports. We'll be right back.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
For most of us, there are no guarantees, no golden tickets, no easy roads. But at the University of Kentucky, there is a promise to support and inspire you, to reach for what's possible, to lead and create, to heal and discover, as we help solve the world's toughest challenges, transforming lives and improving communities. At the University of Kentucky, we promise to make the possible real.
Lex Arts kicked off their 30th year of Gallery Hop Nights this past Friday. Sophia Shoemaker with more on the story.
Now we're here today, man, to celebrate art. To celebrate the love of it, man.
This past Friday, Lex Arts kicked off its 30th year of their beloved Gallery Hop. The event is hosted on the third Friday of every other month, but was postponed to the 25th of January due to weather. Nathan Zammerman, Vice President of Community Arts, assured us that despite the change of date, the evening was still anticipated and attended by the community.
I never like to postpone events, but given the weather last week, we decided to punt to this coming week, and really it's been a good turnout tonight. I think that the change of weather, we've got 50-degree temperatures. It's turned out a crowd, and we're very happy to invite the community out.
The Hop features 37 galleries and studios, with the main event at the Lex Art Building. This month, the feature exhibit, Power of Motion, came from animator and artist Bryce Okway.
When I realized that the skill set that I developed is something that is actually viable, I started exploring storyboarding and things like that. So learning how to make comics, I found out just how much I can apply those to other foods, and then I learned how to animate within the process.
Okway's exhibit featured prints of his work, animated shorts, and comic books he's created, as well as a live sketch the artist completed while local rappers performed.
It actually started 30 years ago, and it's really exciting that it's been going on this long. It's really culminating point for the community to come together and see all of the local artists on display.
The exhibit Power of Motion will remain at Lex Art until February 24th, and the next Lex Art Gallery Hop will be March 17th. Sophia Shoemaker, UK Wildcat News.
Time to wrap your favorite meat, cheese, or chocolate in flaky, buttery goodness. Today is National Croissant Day. Of course, you can always enjoy this French pastry on its own too. Officially celebrated every year on January 30th, the croissant-shaped bread appears to date back to the 13th century. A few places around Lexington to get this treat are La Petite Delicate, Martine's Pastries, and Bluegrass Baking Company.
That is all of your Wildcat news for today. Join us again next Tuesday for more.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.